I was excited because I am a Trekkie and you guys made Riri a Trekkie. So my question is, was that something in the original comic or was that something that you added? And why do you think it's important that you add this interest that she has?
It was in the original publishing. Eve Ewing, who wrote the run that I pulled so much inspiration from, is also a Trekkie. My mother, who's a scientist, a technologist from Illinois, and went to Northwestern, got her degree in mechanical engineering, is also a Trekkie. So it makes sense to me, and I think like um, I had a picture of Miss Nichelle up on the wall the whole time in the writing room. I think Uhura as a character is as much Riri's predecessor as a Tony Stark. So I'm a Trekkie for life. We go toe to toe on that one.
Um, what I will say is that this show is for people who not permanently online expressing their opinions about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like this show is for for people who who busy living their lives, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, like, as a comic book fan growing up, the comic book shop wasn't a place that I always felt safe in. You know what I'm saying? It took my older cousin, who was a comic book fan, to take me in there with him. You know what I mean? We got looks going in those places. You know what I'm saying? But it was through the bravery of my cousin, who was a Gen Xer, black comic book fan in Oakland. You know what I mean? Who didn't care what kind of looks he got. You know what I'm saying? Or who said what to him. You know, he loved those characters. You know what I mean? And he brought his younger cousin in there, not knowing I was gonna grow up and become a director, direct Black Panther, but because he wanted that space to be open to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, I saw interactions he had in comic book shops, and I know he had interactions that he never told me about. You know what I mean? In those places. But 2016, I go to Comic Con and see a lot of us there, a lot more of us than I saw in them comic book shops in Oakland in the early '90s. You understand where I'm coming from? And for me, um, I love this, man.